Hello, everybody. This is Jonathan Teriak. Welcome in. We have some severe weather going on as right now, and it's probably not possibility will be anything going on right now. Here's your severe weather, two severe thunderstorm warnings as well. And if you live in this area, Nez, Kansas, remember winds up to 70 miles per hour. Damage that is considerable. 13 more minutes for you. If you live in Hudgman, Kansas, Nez, Kansas, 70 miles per hour wind gust, and damage to it is considerable for you. And remember, happy Sunday. Welcome in to severe weather update. Little bit severe weather update. There's a cold front. It's coming through, and it's a linear cold front. Okay. So remember, this is going awkward, and this is going like this, fast as you could, and everything. Okay. Remember, rain is going like this, and like here, then the front is going like this. Okay. Remember, this is a linear. Okay. So remember, slap a thumbs up, like, share, subscribe. Don't forget to hit those notification buttons. And we're tracking this severe thunderstorm in the Kansas area and so forth. All right. And remember, chat line is open, and you can chat to anytime as you want. Please remember, obey, guard your areas, and don't forget, slap a thumbs up, hit that notification button. Don't forget, subscribe. Hello, everybody. How's everybody doing today? Life, hi, life in a tornado persons. Turquoise waiting. Hi, how are you? Right now, we're looking at this severe weather. This weather implementing as right now, as we're looking in this area where this storm chaser's at right now, and we're watching these storms as they progress. It's right now we're watching this, and as you see on the feed, the this feed right here, as it goes, we're watching that area where he's in right now, and we're watching this area as closely as you can. We do get some few implement it as right now as it goes, and as they as he looking at this area right here, we got several severe thunderstorm warnings. I don't know which one with this. All right, here he is. Here we go. We have a few severe weather going on right now as well. Okay. Here's your few severe thunderstorm warnings are right now in these areas. 70 miles per hour wind gusts, 1 inch size hail, 70 miles per hour wind gusts. If you live in Hodgman, Kansas, Naz, Kansas, you got the wind, hail and the wind at this time. Don't expire to 40 more minutes. Then plus we got a special weather statement 2. If you live in this area, remember you got a special weather statement. It's expiring in 25 more minutes. And that's all we have for right now until all right. Slack a thumbs up. Be back with you. Hello, everybody. This is Jonathan Tarek. Welcome in. We are, guess what? We got the severe weather going on right now with the driven by the cold front. And remember, the cold front goes linear way, then the rain is going upward, northeastward. So remember, slack a thumbs up, like, share, subscribe. Don't forget hit those notification buttons. And remember, we're still tracking the storm as well. It's going up, and we have another severe thunderstorm warning go, and we're gonna track this storms fast as we could. And here it is. Here's another storm in Nance, Kansas, and Rush, Kansas. 70 miles per hour wind gusts, damage threat considerable. Hodgman, Kansas, and Nance, Kansas. 70 miles per hour wind threat and considerable. Damage threat considerable. Montgomery, Iowa. Mills, Iowa. Potawatomi, Iowa. You're under severe thunderstorm warning with a 1-inch size hail and 60 mile per hour wind gust. Expires in 30 more minutes. Okay, so we're keeping those updates to you as well as they get on. So the National Weather Service in Omaha had issued a severe thunderstorm warning for northwestern Montgomery County in the southwestern Iowa, eastern Mills County in the southwestern Iowa, and southern Potawatomi County in the southwestern Iowa. It was located over Malvern, or 18 miles west of Red Oak, moving northeast at 35 miles per hour. Hazard 60 mile per hour wind gusts and quarter size hail. Source radar indicated. Impact hail damage to vehicles expected. Expected wind damage to roofs, sidings, and trees. This severe thunderstorm will be near Hastings around 7:45, Emerson around 7:50. All right. Remember, we're watching these storms as they go. And here's the thing, as you can see, the linear of the cold front is going through as right now, and it's going upward, and this one's going like that. Okay. So remember, slack a thumbs up, like, share, subscribe. Remember these two cold fronts going like this, and the sign is going like this, and everything. Okay. So remember, it's like an X. Okay. So we're gonna keep an eye on this storm. It was too close, too intense, and we'll keep an eye on it as well. go. We got more severe weather going on. How about this? If you live in this area, close to this area, between there, we're going to continue going through this trending. As soon as thumbs up, like, share, subscribe. Don't forget, hit those notification buttons. And we'll continue with this. And here we go with the severe thunderstorm warning. Sorry about that. Johnson, Nebraska, Gage, Nebraska, Alto, Nebraska. You know, severe thunderstorm warning for 19 more minutes, 1 inch size hail, and 60-mile-per-hour wind gust. Severe thunderstorm warning for with a hail up to 1 inch in Lakeland, Kansas, Roswell, Kansas, Russell, Kansas, Osborne, Kansas. You know, severe thunderstorm warning with a 1 inch size hail and 60-mile-per-hour wind gust expires in 34 more minutes. If you are in Nance, Kansas, Rush, Kansas, you're under severe thunderstorm warning with the 70-mile-per-hour wind gust, and damage to it is considerable. Expires in 19 more minutes. Severe thunderstorm warning for Hudgman, Kansas, and Nance, Kansas, 70-mile-per-hour wind gust, and damage to it is considerable. And 19 more minutes. And Montgomery, Iowa, Mills, Iowa, and Potawatomi, Iowa, 60-mile-per-hour wind gust, and 19 more minutes till it expires. And remember, slack a thumbs up, like, share, subscribe. Don't forget, hit those notification buttons, and we'll continue tracking this. We have a marginal risk of severe weather as right now as we go. Summary: isolated strong severe thunderstorm remains possible over the portions of the central and southern plains this evening. Midwest into the central plains, central and southern plains. Evening water vapor imagery shows upper trough over the much of the central, continuous trough over the northern plains will advance northeastward, while a secondary vortex continue eastward over the Central Rockies, overspread the northeast to the southwest. Oregon surface cold front from MN to eastern Colorado. Modest surface moisture prior that diurnal heating along the front have allowed to weak surface base destabilizing the supporting scattered storms development early this evening. Convection is continued developing in the isolated severe storm. Risk is expected given 35 to 45 kt of affected shear and nocturnally strengthening LLJ along the front, and few initial supercell structures are likely to give in the strong flow aloft with the time anafrontal forcing and conditioning ongoing storms towards the more linear mode. This will favor some initial severe hail, isolated severe gusts as the primary concerns before the storms weaken overnight. Farther north, across the Midwest, occasional strong and severe storms will remain possible this evening, despite stronger symptomatic ascent closer to the shortwave trough, lingering cloud cover, and limited moisture have stay steady available buoyancy. This should limit storms intensity through isolated strong gusts and remain possible tonight as the linear convection should gradually mature along the front. All right, there you go. Those all driving the this is driving the storms. So remember, slack a thumbs up, like, share, subscribe, and we'll keep an eye on the weather for you. By the way, while I'm on here, we're going to talk about the tropics as well as right now. Between now and the severe weather, here's the tropics as it goes right now. Carly Anna and your channel. Thank you. Thank you very much. Next 2 days, 0%. Next 7 days, 60%. Overall, it's medium. Okay. For tropical weather outlook, cyclone formation chance. Next 2 days, 50%. Next 7 days, 70% overall chances high. We'll keep an eye on those tropical storms as well. As right now, you see there's few tropical hurricanes are out there. Here goes Hurricane Priscilla and Category 1. Okay, 90 miles per hour wind speed sustained. Max gust is 115 miles per hour. Okay, so right now, as it goes, keep in Arizona, please refrain from posting that. Go. What you mean? I don't know where you mean. So if you on here, Keith in Arizona, what do you mean refrain from posting go? I hope you ain't try to do anything to hurt me. Channel, but if you are, please stay off of it. Okay, y'all. Whatever it was, I need to. Where do you feel? All right. All right, y'all. Remember, I'm not the one is timing you out. Keith in Arizona, you the one say something badly. Carly, Anna, your channel. What did that mean? What does this mean, y'all? Could you please tell me what that means? Okay, I don't know. Who are you talking about? Coastal flood advisory. Back to the tropical storms. Coastal flood advisories for your areas. Remember, whatever you need to do, stay away from the waves and everything. There's a severe thunderstorm warning for 9 more minutes for your area. Remember, a severe thunderstorm warning remains in effect until 8:15 for central Johnson County and southwestern Alto counties. At 8:05, a severe thunderstorm was located over Sterling, or 12 miles northwest of Tes- Te- Tecumseh, moving east at 35 miles per hour. Hazard: 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts, then quarter-size hail. Source radar indicated. Impact hail damage to vehicles expected. Expect wind damage to roofs, sidings, and trees. Locate this severe thunderstorm will be near Sterling. Move to interior room on the lowest floor of a building. Torrential rainfall is occurring with this storm may lead to flash flooding. Do not drive your vehicles through flooded roadways. All right. We could look up some. I don't think I need those right now. All right, here we go for day one. Here you go. If you live in these areas right here, remember affected areas at Omaha, Nebraska, Lincoln, Nebraska, Council Bluff, Iowa, and Bellevue, Nebraska, Garden City, Kansas. Okay, here we go. No tornado found. Here we go. Wind. Here's your wind threat. Here you go. Here's your affected areas with hail threat. Okay, let's look at day two. Nothing for right now. And day three is going to be nothing for right now. Okay, we're going to continue to look on day one. And this probably the honest one I'm going to be on. And I'm going to be tracking these tropical storms and hurricanes very fast. And we're going to be caught up with this quickly as we can. Okay. I'm back on here again. Okay. Anybody want to know what the weather is in their area? Please put it in the chat. I will give you more information if you are in the hurricane prone area or in the severe weather area or anywhere else. And I will click on anybody's cameras and we'll give you the weather from there. Like right now, the storm chaser, as right now, you can see, as we can get it going. nice night and everything as he travels through the areas. Okay, as he travels through the area, there you go. All right. Here it is. Here's the weather for Vega, Texas. High school cyclone port and 78 degrees in your area. If you live in Texas, 78 degrees in your area, mostly cloudy skies, and humidity 40. The wind sustained at 8 miles per hour, gusting and from the southeast and southwest. So we're going to continue track these areas quickly as can. There's the frontal boundary and part of the front. Okay. Remember to select thumbs up, like, share, subscribe. Don't forget to hit those notification buttons, and we'll continue trending across the areas.